wake up. Girl, it's Monday. Girl, you got a lot to do this week. What is happening? There's no food in this house. I don't know. All the laundry's dirty. I don't know who's starting off this week, but I am. And I refuse to have a poor attitude. I'm gonna live in filth. Don't be jealous. Good morning. I think I've reached the part of being so far behind that you're like so behind. Who are you arguing with? Myself, because I'm so far behind on everything. You know, there's the part where you try to catch up and then you're like, no, there's no point. We're chasing. What are we chasing? You not ready for Christmas? Maybe just really ahead for next year. That's what I'm saying. I'm not gonna make myself crazy. I'm not gonna do it. I'm gonna eat candy. And that's helped a lot. This is not candy. Looks like candy, but it's not. And these are not cookies. And I am not lying. Yeah. So far, behind you are in first place. I know. Like it was one of those tracks where they already passed you once. You're like, okay, but now I'm in the front. Like you're actually many paces behind. I don't care. And I have Jesus lighting this morning. I mean, look. What? Yeah, we're stressing over everything. Everything. So I think it's because I know that I have Vegas next Monday. So I'm already like stressing because it dawned on me like I don't get back until the 21st. Girl, what are you gonna do on the 21st? Like I have to have Christmas done before I leave. Harley girl, I don't even bother. It's one way to go. And I can't even say like, oh, I don't even want to bring everything up from the basement. Jason already did it. I think he knew. I mean, I would never have gone to the basement to get it. So let's just say, how many women who are partnered in some way or have been partnered are like, I'm not getting the boxes from them. If you want Christmas, bring the boxes up. I just, I ain't doing nothing for Christmas. That should be a t-shirt. Eating sugar adds to the stress. Ask me how I know. You look like Sandra Bullock. I've heard that. I take care of all the decorations. He could care less. He don't even bring the boxes up. He should bring the boxes up. So anyway. So then he says, what's the basement like in an old house? It's a cellar. It's a cellar. And it's got those doors. Bilco doors. And yeah. I'm not a fan of decorating, yeah. So my husband asked the priest to supper without asking first. Ask me how happy I am. Girl, how are you allowed to invite the priest over and not tell people? Anyway, so then he says, hey, don't you have a Christmas tree at your house? Now, I just bought a beautiful tree, I don't know, 2 years ago. Remember, it was flocked. I did my first flock tree, flocked with white. And I enjoy it. I enjoy my flocked tree. Well, yesterday he says, no, we were gonna go back to my house, my rental. He's like, isn't your tree in the basement? I said, I don't know. Did I bring it here or is it over there? He goes, I think it's over there because the tree that's here is real dumb. And I said, oh, I said, yeah, I guess we could look. I have to go flip the house anyway, so I could go look in the basement and go see. And he was like, great, because I hate this white one. And I go, wait, is it flocked? They don't know what that means. They don't know what flocked means. He was like, no, it just gets white stuff all over you. I said, well, that's my tree. He goes, no, this one's real dumb. I hate it. I go, I'm positive that that's my tree then. He goes, I don't know where it came from. I go, but I'm telling you, if you've never seen that tree before, and it's a beautiful flocked tree, it's my tree. He goes, no, it just leaves. I go, okay, I'm not gonna do this with you. So now we go to the house, and I'm cleaning the house over there. And the first thing he does, let me go check on the tree. So he comes up the stairs. I said, is it down there? He goes, there's a tree down there. I go, is it my flocked tree? He goes, no, it's a different ugly one. I go, okay. You know what? He goes, it's actually uglier than the, now for somebody that has how many trees? 0. He got 0 trees. He coming at me. That's disgusting. That one's uglier. Okay. Yeah, got a lot to say. I do need you to come decorate. That would be awesome. That big house should have like 5 trees. Girl, you lucky if you can get 1 tree up in here. No. Yeah, how many trees did he bring to the relationship? I'll tell you something. He had like a Charlie Brown tree. Girl, and he got these lights. And it paints it. Okay, look, he got like 3 strands of these green lights. He loves the color green. I don't know if you know this. Loves it. You know, like, does your person, your partner, or you just love a certain color? Like, he loves green. Unless it's my tree and it's flocked. And so he got this string of green lights. Girl, he want to put these green lights, I hate them. Doesn't he want to put these green lights everywhere? Girl, it makes it feel, I don't know why I don't like them. I feel like they make me think of like I'm in an aquarium. Like no matter what room you put it in, it just feels like you're in an aquarium or wherever lizards are. You know? Yeah. He loves bright orange and green. Yeah. So, you know, while he pulled all the Christmas decorations up, he started plugging in these green lights. Now they're on the mantle. Thank God. Front and center. Front and center. Paul McCartney's here. Oh, I have to put Santa in the doorway. Oh no, my sweet husband fell yesterday putting the lights outside. Oh. Yeah, you walk in, they'll be in the bedroom. He would love it. Is it a guy thing with the green? Why are all the guys plugging in green lights? I just think it's so funny. He was like, Dena, there's really not much more for you to do because I plugged these green lights in. I was like, well, I mean, we're essentially ready for Christmas. I just think it's so funny. Hold on. Girl, I found these hash browns. Hold on. Let's see. All right, these are beta. I'll eat it. Cancel. I think maybe they're only half cup, but I'm gonna eat them anyway. Hold on. Look, girl, I found hash browns at the store, and there's no food here. So that's what we're making for breakfast. It's a definitely Monday chat day. That is for sure, Kendra. My husband doesn't even bother to question my Christmas. Yeah, I don't know why they would. So yeah. So I'm a little stressy. Working double, triple time today. That's just my regular word. Also, is Jason going with you now? Okay. Anyway, so it is, what did I say, the 8th of December? It's a Monday, in case you're not sure. Did I mention that Peach is from the Congo, and now I have pressure to serve traditional French-Canadian Christmas meal. Where in the world did you get a priest from the Congo? This is cold. I'm gonna put it back in. This was a poor choice. It's fine. Everything's fine. Everything's fine. Good morning, everyone, said Jennifer. My husband wanted me to not put the tree up till closer to Christmas. Like, I don't have time to do it, so I went up the day after Thanksgiving. Yeah. I really, it's the Feast of the Immaculate Conception today. Okay. Okay, it's a holy day of obligation. I'm dragging today. Tired and it's freezing cold. Yep. Yes, it is. It's my mother-in-law's 90th birthday. She's still constantly on the go. She goes to the gym too. Melissa, that's gonna be Diane. 78. I'll see her at the gym later today. What is Tuesday? I'm not liking this Monday. We will need to listen to Mass in the car. Okay. My tree was up for, okay. For those of you, okay, I see that you're a baby. For those of you that don't like putting a tree up, take a tip from a 78-year-old woman. That's not me. That's my mother. She decorates her tree. I think she decorated it 5 years ago. Then when the Christmas is over, she takes a trash bag. She puts it over the tree. It's like a thin tree. It's probably like 3 foot maybe. She puts a trash bag over it, fully decorated. And then when the grandkids come over, she makes them take it up or down the step. And that's it. And then, so yesterday she's like, I'm gonna decorate for Christmas. I said, you're gonna have Brooke bring the decorated Christmas tree up? It's never undecorated. You never undo it. It's always Christmas in the basement. That's what she said. Is that or that's what she said? I don't know. It's always a part of Kate. Whatever. It's actually genius, Sam. That's what you get when you're 78 and you had a whole lot of time in this decade, this 3/4 of a decade, to be like, what? Where could I save some time? Where could I cut corners? I came home with a Grinch tree for Sherry. She said, it's growing on me. I think that means she loves it. My dream is to have a hole in my floor with a remote, then just push the button and the tree just rises for the Christmas season and then goes back down. All the cousins used to decorate my grandfather's tree. That's how we got out of doing it. Yeah. Have you guys seen the thing? This was funny. I want to do this to Diane. They were having a get together, like a family get together, this thing. And grandmom is there. And so there's the kids, the grandkids, and they're all like college age, you know, younger, maybe a little bit, but bigger. Well, at the party, which was at grandmom's house, Little by little, you see them each going into her bedroom to go into the closet and put on her clothes. And then the person would come out and then be like, you're up. And then somebody would go in there, they'd put a shirt on, they put somebody, so they all were wearing her shirts, and she's in the kitchen and she's not paying attention. And so she's like bebopping around. It wasn't until one of the kids actually put like a muumuu on, like her pajamas on over her clothes, and it went down to like the kid's knees. And then she just stood next to grandma and just started cooking. And they're all staring at her in the kitchen. I guess at that point everybody had already dressed. And so finally she turns, she goes, what are you wearing that for? And she goes, what are you wearing that? That's funny. Good morning, Alexandria. And so I'm gonna do that with Diane, but when I go in her room, I'm gonna steal all her jewelry, my jewelry, and then come out wearing all my jewelry. Yeah. She was a firecracker in her younger days. You are not wrong. Sorry, that got booted too. They were like, no, she wasn't. Click. She played the glockenspiel. Click. She will be no firecracker. She said, I wonder why everyone was so anxious for the potatoes to be done. Is that what she said, Judy? She was just like, my bad. I saw a firecracker and I was like, I don't know what kind of context he's using. Yeah. By the way, I finished the American Revolution on PBS. I don't want to ruin it. I'm not going to tell you how it ends. But you should watch it. Seriously. A lot of twists and turns that I did not know. Judy, here's what I'd like you to do as a Canadian. Watch it and then present it to us in song. I'm done. I'm not singing anymore. I'm joking, Judy. Hi, Joshin. Ow. Mental note, don't stick your hand in an air fryer. It's hot. Shouldn't we know how the revolution ends? You'd think so. But I'll tell you, there was a lot of interesting facts. I am planning on coming back to morning writing. Realistically, January 1. But I can tell you, Penny's in there, Kim's in there. There's still writers writing. I'm just not feeling good. And I have a feeling that sleep is elusive. So I need to take it when I can get it. Maybe January 2. Okay, Nancy wants to push it back. All right. Okay. I just think that this documentary was so interesting. Because it's all based on like letters people wrote, personal accounts from letters people wrote. I didn't know nobody's on Instagram. Parallels to today. I learned a lot about the revolution from reading the Outlander books. I'm telling you, if you have not seen the documentary about who's the president? James Garfield. So good. You have no idea that any of that happened. You might know how the revolution ended, but you don't know the whole story of Garfield. Mm-hmm. Is it James Garfield? James? Is it right? I'm gonna say Andrew. Who's Andrew Garfield? I made that up. So anyway. January 2nd is a fight. Let's make it the 5th to really get a fresh start. My dad used to make our family vacations to historic places. I didn't appreciate it as a 6-year-old, but I love it now. Isn't he that orange cat? Andrew Garfield is an actor. Okay, that's it. Yeah. Superman. Spider. He wasn't Superman. He was Spider-Man. Had he lived, he would have been one of our best presidents. He did seem to be quite likable. And when we think about presidents who have been assassinated, you know, we think of Lincoln, JFK. I didn't even know there was another one. And that's not to say there aren't others that I haven't heard of. Yeah. We're going to have a calendar next year. That is a great question. Somebody should write that down. I didn't. I wrote it down. I don't know what we're going to do with that piece of paper, but I wrote it down. How many people are craving soup? Like a hearty soup. You just think about it at night, and you're like, I wish there was just like an old lady that would come here and just make soup. The James Garfield, I think it was on Netflix. Just Google it, you'll find. It had a funny name. What are you doing? So I think tomorrow I'm gonna make a soup. Yes, I've been making soup a lot lately. What's your favorite winter soup? Go. I have mine. Lorena, I think you meant to say I'm definitely in my soup era, but you wrote soul era. And I would like to know what that is. Potato soup, chicken soup, broccoli and cheese, cheeseburger soup, chicken noodle, Italian wedding, girl. Did you guys hear that Campbell's soup is for poor people? I'm like, bitch, what did you just... Why would you... And just so we're clear, I didn't say that. I mean, I did. But I'm not the first. The first person to say that Campbell's soup was for poor people was the president of Campbell's Soup. I don't want to misspeak. Let me Google it. You guys know what I'm talking about? Did you hear that he said that? In a meeting, in front of people. Those words came out of his mouth. Our soup is for poor people. Let me see. Campbell's soup for people. Yep. A lawsuit filed in Michigan last week alleges that a Campbell's Soup executive made offensive comments about Indian workers and said the company's products were for poor people during a conversation with a former employee. During a meeting in November of 2024. Highly processed food for poor people. Now listen, here's what was crazy about it. Then we're all poor. So then people were like, girl, I love me some poor people soup. Other people were like, you're not wrong. They're like, girl, like, you know what, rich people eat Progressive. And so is it Progressive soup? People started ranking all the soups. And somebody's like, he's not wrong. Like, if I'm standing in an aisle, now listen, I don't want to say I'm a canist, but if there's a difference between the regular can that's like a thinner can, and then you see the Progresso is like fat, and you're like, that is a better soup because I'm a canist. I'm only buying it if it's on sale. That's what I'm saying. And if Progresso goes on sale, there's one good gluten-free soup. It's a chicken rice. That's what I buy when I'm not feeling good. But yeah, that's what the executive said. You're like, what? Progresso is gross. Okay, so last night I'm in bed. I like to do the reading, but on my phone, so it looks like I'm doom scrolling, as Jason would say. So I'm reading, and I just start cracking up. Like, what? Let me ask you something. If you're on your phone and your partner's on their phone and you start laughing, does your partner say, what is it? Or do they just completely ignore you? Sometimes I would like him to ignore me. But he's always like, what? What did you see? What did you read? It's like, I'd have to explain a lot. And then I do, and it's like 20 minutes of explaining, and then he'll go, I didn't think that was that funny. And I go, why do you make me explain to you all the time? So last night there was an article, and it says, it was from the Atlantic or the Guardian, and it said, why is this happening to men? Laugh theory is probably like the bird theory. I think it is. So in some ways, I guess it's good that he always asks me, what are you laughing at? So the article was called, why does this keep happening to men? Fellas, you're not gonna like this article. And it basically said that men are struggling. And that, let me just think of these statistics. It said, the statistics are in women's favor. That 2/3 of people seeking higher education, where are my earrings? Higher education now are female. That of the graduates with bachelor's degrees, they're seeing more employment rates for females with college degrees than they are men with college degrees. There were like all these statistics that were just saying that women are flourishing and men are struggling. It talks about mental health. Men struggle with mental health issues more than women. And it was like a 2 or 3 paragraph, and I'm sure there was a clickable link where I could have read the whole thing. I don't care. But that's the kind of article that you immediately should go to the comments. And so it was this whole article about how difficult life is for men. Me, can't roll my eyes enough. First comment, 11,000 likes. And to think, all these problems could be solved with a little bit of therapy. And I was like, girl, you are not wrong. Why is it that every woman on the planet is like, just look at your man and be like, you should go talk to somebody. And their answer, no, I don't need that. I go, well, let me put it to you this way. You see all these bees around me? They're my therapists. I have 17 of them. I say, hey, this is what's going on. And they go, girl, let me tell you what happened. You know what happened to my friend's sister? Susan, she did this, blah, 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 blah. You'll get advice from her sister. She'll give you her sister's number to call her friend, Becky, who was like, oh, this happened to me. You will have so much therapy options. And then some of us still have a therapist. I have a therapist on top of my 17 therapists. But men, God forbid you say, oh, by the way, you might want to work on that. No, I don't. Nothing wrong with me. I'll be like, some people say that there might be. No, it's you. Okay, I have 17 therapists, so I don't know. But the article, all she had to do was say that, and to think, all these problems could be solved with a little bit of therapy. I don't feel like I've ever met a guy that was like, yeah, I go to therapy. I love it. Keeps me sane, keeps me even, keeps me kind, helps me with goals. Just openly talking about therapy does need to be more affordable. I will not disagree with you. And jobs need to pay for it. Girl, you are not wrong. I'm looking into doing some therapy, yeah. Yeah, Buster's like, listen, anything but therapy. What about beer? You're like, that is not, okay, they both, listen. Yeah, my husband needs therapy but would never go. Yeah, why not? What makes you so special? And it's not like they're talking to each other. I'm like, so-and-so. I maybe went through this, maybe you could talk to this person about. I'm not talking to him. He's gonna know something's wrong. I'm like, well, we all know something's wrong. I tried therapy, it was just not for me. Oh, that got deleted. That was fine. People say that. I've heard people say that, and I do think that you've got to find the right therapist. I think it's got to be the right person for you. Yeah, that makes sense. I think it's, not every therapist you click with. Therapy isn't for most people or polar people. I disagree. I think in general, humans are made to connect with one another and are, I think it's important to get other perspectives. But tell my husband about things I'm doing in therapy and helping him, or I could never get him to go. I wish it was like going to the doctor. You're like, I'll get you a milkshake. If you go, I'll get you a milkshake after. Right? Just write me a script. I got better things to do, said Jim Wagner right before we punched him in the face. Jim, you don't have better things to do. This is a very having feelings and talking. Jim, when's the last time you talked about your feelings? Tell me, what was the last feeling you had? He was like, I have some feelings. My friend chose to get divorced instead of to go to therapy. I don't get it. Jim said, I don't have feelings. What are these feelings you're talking about? I have a mom and a sister I can talk to. My husband would never talk about that. Yeah, they gotta talk. I talk to strangers on video games for therapy. I think you're right, Tripper Mosaic. I think in some weird cosmic video game universe, there is a lot of therapy for boys, men, on these video games. Well, they do say meet them where they are. So. My therapist has helped me set some boundaries and start standing up for myself. I love boundaries. Love them. Love them. I'm not great at them, but I'm working on it. We do family therapy once a month, and our 18-year-old goes every week. We lived a very rough early life. No shame therapy is great for us. Okay, good. I think that's wonderful. Yeah, it's interesting, and I love that you said that you guys go as a family. I mean, there was an article, and I should find it, but it was just talking about how estrangements are, I don't want to say at an all-time high, but they are much more prevalent than they've ever been. Like when we were younger, if you were like estranged, it would be a way, like, we don't talk to him, black sheep. Now people are like, yeah, I don't talk to my mom. And in some ways, I guess it's good. Because sometimes things are just very toxic, but my husband also talks to strangers on video games for therapy. You do need speed reading glasses. You got to keep up. So, yeah, I think getting people to talk is a very good thing. Yeah, they can talk about it with friends, but a therapist will actually give them some good action plans, please. Did you ever be in a situation where, like, your partner's like, I am talking to people, I'm talking to my friends. I'm like, all your friends are, they're all, he's a dick. He's a dick. He's divorced. He's divorced. Why are you asking why are you asking the divorced ones? Please. I know, exactly. My 12-year-old starts therapy next week. Good. And the therapist is sworn to not tell others what you said. Girl, you know what are you talking about it with their friends? I don't care. As long as you fix me, I don't care who you tell. I got a lot of problems. Anyway. Oh, that was funny, Ollie. That was a funny. She told me she was 71, but she lied. You're right, I'm 72. Yeah. No, I saw it. She can't drive. Yeah. That was funny. Okay. Get out of here. D-Money. Girl, you're not 70. Are you 72? No. Probably need to do more listening. Shanky, I love that you think I have a Snapchat. Well, that got deleted too. Listen, you guys got to learn how to walk the line if you want to talk. I feel like a queen. I feel like a queen on a throne. And I have these warriors that are just, oh, you want to, what'd you say to her? Yeah. Just see, gone. I love it. Okay. Can you guys follow me around in real life and just like don't let people talk to me? Isn't this a therapy group? I think it is. Ask me a question. Who has a question? She's not playing today. Kendra's like, don't look her in the eye. Oh, see, now make that, you can get in trouble for that. Yeah, Kendra's like, I don't think so. Yeah. I told my husband we needed therapy. He said no. He's afraid the therapist will advise him to leave me. Advise me to leave him. Okay, that's better. I don't know how to read. Okay. All right. Well, listen. Is he kind? Is he nice? Because some people do shitty things to you. And then when you call them out, they're like, why would you leave me? You're like, because you're doing shitty things. So, whether he goes or not, you should still go. And take care of you. So, I did therapy. It wasn't free, but I know it helps people. Yeah, I think you got to find the right one. My wife says, why do I talk to myself a lot? And I said, I want an expert opinion and nobody else's. I'm 27 and I feel so old already. Yeah. Yeah, that's just going to get worse. So, live it up. 27. Ah, what was I doing at 27? I tried a brain talker, a veteran, 2 months, 2 sessions, I went back to work. Mitchell, you gotta find the right one. I did group therapy and 111. I don't know, part of me thinks I would like group therapy. Is that what this is? I think it is. I'm 100% sure my therapist is eventually gonna tell me that it's in my best interest to leave. Are you ready to hear that? Are you projecting because that's what you really think, Sarah? These are big questions. Those are big questions, Sarah. I'm interested to see how this unfolds. Okay. My therapist said she will back me up whatever I decide. She just advises. Yeah. Wow. I would like group therapy. I think you might be in it, Marie. I think we're all in it right now. We're just not sure who we're asking. Like, who's the one that, like, knows stuff? I don't know. All right. Good morning, Ricky. All right. Well, listen, we got to go. It's Monday. Got to start the day. I'm in group therapy. It's called Open Mic. That's a good therapy. All right, everybody. We'll have a great day, a blessed day. We have Voila tonight. I believe we're making pie. So, yeah. I get a little, oh. Yeah. Chop, chop. It's Monday. You gotta go be okay. It's a jungle out there. Lots of shitty people. That's the kind of anthem I want to start the day with. All right, everybody. Thanks so much. And yeah, I'll see you tonight and then tomorrow morning. And then Shakendra performs tomorrow night. So lots of fun happening this week. Okay. I'll talk to you later. Boo-bye.